Your emergency food storage is killing you slowly and you don't even know it. Right now, sitting in your pantry, you've got rice, beans, canned goods, maybe some freeze-dried meals if you spent the money. You think you're prepared. You think when things go sideways, you'll be fine because you've got calories covered, carbs for days. But there's a gap in your plan so critical that, without addressing it, your body will start eating itself within weeks. I'm talking about complete protein, the kind your muscles, organs, and brain desperately need to function. The kind that's vanishing from affordable food as meat prices double and triple while you watch helplessly. Here's what nobody tells you about surviving on rice and beans. Sure, your body keeps running. Your heart beats, your lungs breathe, you're technically alive. But your muscle mass starts declining week by week. Your immune system weakens, leaving you vulnerable to every infection, every virus, every minor illness that becomes major when there's no doctor available. Your brain fog gets worse. That mental clarity you need to make critical decisions in a crisis just evaporates. Recovery from even minor injuries takes twice as long, 3 times as long. You're alive, but you're not functional. And in a crisis scenario, whether it's economic collapse, supply chain breakdown, or just brutal personal financial hardship, functionality is everything. The difference between thriving and merely surviving is protein, complete protein, and almost nobody has a real plan for it. During the Great Depression, families who had grain survived, barely scraping by, watching their bodies weaken month after month. But the ones who thrived, who kept their strength, their mental clarity, their ability to work 12-hour days and still think straight, they had something the others didn't. It wasn't more wheat, it wasn't more corn. It was a source of dense, complete nutrition that most people today have never even heard of. Complete protein means all 9 essential amino acids your body absolutely cannot produce on its own. Most plant proteins are incomplete, missing 1 or more of those critical amino acids. Rice has some, beans have others. Together they're better, but you're still not getting the density you need without eating massive quantities that would empty your storage in weeks. Meat has complete protein, eggs have it, dairy has it. And right now, all 3 are pricing out the average family at a terrifying speed. Ground beef that cost $3 a pound 5 years ago is now $7, $8, $9 depending where you live. Eggs spiked to $6 a dozen in some areas, and nobody's promising they'll come back down. This isn't getting better, it's accelerating. So preppers and homesteaders are trapped in an impossible situation. Store meat and you need freezer space, electricity you might not have, and even then it's expensive up front. Raise chickens, and that's a commitment most people can't make. The space, the time, the knowledge, the predators, the diseases. Buy protein powder and you're spending $50 on a container that lasts 2 weeks if you're lucky. This is the trap. The foods that keep you strong are the same foods becoming impossible to afford or store long-term, and the food industry knows it. They're counting on it. But there's a plant that breaks this entire equation wide open. A plant that produces more protein per square foot than almost anything you can grow, more than beans, more than any grain, more than any vegetable. A plant that contains all 9 essential amino acids, making it a complete protein source comparable to meat, gram for gram. A plant that grows so fast and so aggressively that you can harvest it weekly, year-round in most climates, and it actually grows faster the more you cut it. It's like having a meat factory in your backyard that runs on sunshine and water, producing complete nutrition week after week after week, and almost nobody's growing it because nobody's telling them about it. The plant is Moringa oleifera, called the miracle tree in countries where people actually understand what real food security means. Gram for gram, the leaves contain more vitamin C than oranges, more calcium than milk, more iron than spinach, more vitamin A than carrots. The protein content is around 27% by dry weight, comparable to beef, but without the cost, without the refrigeration, without any of the complications. But here's the real game changer that researchers who've actually studied this plant keep trying to tell people. Those 9 essential amino acids are already there, completely present in every harvest. Most plant proteins force you to carefully combine different foods to get complete nutrition. Wheat is low in lysine, beans are low in methionine. You have to be a nutritionist just to not waste away. Moringa doesn't care about your food combinations. It's already complete. Every single harvest gives you everything your body needs to build and repair tissue, produce enzymes and hormones, support immune function. This is what keeps you strong when everyone else is getting weaker. This is what maintains mental clarity when stress and scarcity are crushing everyone around you, and it grows like an aggressive weed. This tree grows 8 to 12 feet in the first year under good conditions. You can start harvesting leaves within weeks of planting, not months, weeks. Unlike annual vegetables that you plant, tend, harvest, and replant every season in an exhausting cycle, Moringa is perennial. In warm climates, it produces year-round. In cold climates, you treat it like a fast-growing annual or bring it inside. The leaves are your primary crop, small, delicate compound leaves growing in clusters along the branches. You harvest by cutting branch tips, and the tree responds by bushing out and producing even more. The more you cut, the more it grows, like a dividend stock that pays out every single week and reinvests itself automatically without you lifting a finger. Growing it is almost criminally easy. Plant seeds in well-draining soil. Moringa hates wet feet, so if your soil holds water, just grow it in a pot with drainage. It tolerates poor soil, tolerates drought once established, actually prefers neglect over constant attention. In warm climates, plant it directly and let it grow into a small tree. In cold climates, grow it in a large pot and bring it inside before frost. Even as an annual in a short season, you'll get multiple harvests of protein-rich leaves. Within a month of planting, you can start taking leaf tips, the tree branches, and produces more. You're managing it like a hedge that feeds you. Here's the real secret to making this a survival staple: drying and powdering. Harvest the leaves, rinse them, lay them out in shade with airflow, not direct sun because UV degrades vitamins, not closed spaces because moisture creates mold. In dry climates, they're crispy in 2 to 3 days. In humid climates, use a dehydrator on low heat. Once completely dry, grind them into fine powder. This powder is shelf-stable for years if stored properly in airtight containers. 1 tablespoon contains around 2 grams of complete protein plus significant vitamins and minerals. Add it to smoothies, soups, sauces, baked goods, even just water if you're desperate. You're building a stockpile of complete protein that doesn't require refrigeration, doesn't expire quickly, and costs you nothing but time. Food prices aren't coming down, they only go up, forever upward while wages stay flat. Meat, eggs, and dairy are becoming luxury items. The supply chain for protein is fragile, centralized, dependent on cheap energy that's getting more expensive every month. Moringa gives you an exit, a way to produce complete, dense nutrition on your own terms without depending on a system that's actively failing. 1 tree, weekly harvest, complete protein, vitamins and minerals that cost a fortune in supplement form. Start growing Moringa this season. The question isn't whether you can afford to grow this. The question is whether you can afford not to.